Hello, what's up, everybody? My name is RinoPlaysTV. Welcome to my first ever podcast video. This is on YouTube right now. If you're watching on YouTube, then there is a video. If you're watching on the podcast channels, then this is only video. This is about Bushido Code commentary version. Welcome to episode one. I'm going to read you and show you, if you are on YouTube, the comment, and then we are going to talk about it. Just a little side note: I was already talking for 18 minutes, but then I realized the cable wasn't in the microphone. So this is also a very good practice, talking about the Bushido Code, because I just need to let it go and just go from there. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna change here to the main scene. So for the one who can't see it, I am changing to the main scene in in the video, so we can I can show you the comment. So this is from, as you can see here, the Bushido Code video. If you haven't seen that one yet, please, you can go to my YouTube channel with the same name, RinoPlaysTV, and check out the video right there. It's about Bushido Code in Arc Raiders, how you can apply those. And there were many people who commented already on this video, and I want to showcase one comment, and then I want to talk about that, so we can go more in depth about the Bushido Code. So this is a comment from Stefulina. Thank you very much. 5 days ago. I hope it's okay that I use your comment. Stefulina says, I just do my best to remain zen in PvP. Following Bushido Code can help achieve Zen. By remaining calm and fluid, letting your actions come naturally, you'll learn to respond quicker and more effectively. It'll show you it'll slowly begin to require less thought as it'll become like second nature. So that's the comment, which is very awesome and it's very true. Many of those things are very true, because the Bushido Code is also based on the Zen Buddhism, and Zen Buddhism is not based, but like just another iteration of Buddhism. And these philosophies and these religions, they are looking inward instead of outward, and that is also what I love to do in my work as a professional contemporary dancer or as a boxing teacher. I always tell my students to look inward for solutions, not really solutions, but experiences that bring you further in your self embodiment and self improvement journey. Because there is a quote from Miyamoto Musashi where he says that there is nothing to be found outside. I don't know how it goes exactly, but like in just in this uh, it it the how do you say it? I have a short circuit. The message is about that there is nothing that you can find outside. It's more on the inside, because if you're looking outside, uh, you will not find true inner wisdom and find more things that will make you go farther away from that inner wisdom. So it's like distractions, and things that will actually not make you grow in a sense of self embodiment and self improvement growth. So, what does that mean? It means that if you go inward, you have the power to find yourself, to not react to certain things that are very, very natural. So, one of the natural things that you feel, that you will feel, is the primal, or um, it is the instinctual reactions that you have in certain situations, and those situations happens in arc raiders, PvP, VE, sometimes also. So I was talking about this earlier, and I'm just gonna repeat that because I think it's true. Um, that Arc Raiders is, of course, a video game, but that doesn't mean that the reactions that you have on a certain situations, like confrontations, is less real, right? So, it is very, very important to distinguish, of course, that this is a simulated reality, but the mind, the brain, or the primal mind and brain, they cannot really distinguish between a simulated reality and reality itself. So if you have ever played a VR game, which is really really insane actually, how it feels and how you get nauseated. I mean, those nausea n- in the early times, the nausea came because of technical, like less frames per second in the eyes, and like the movement were kind of very off beat with your body, and that's why some people get nausea like very very quick. I was one of those. But right now, like, the technology is so advanced that you cannot really distinguish between, like, okay, I mean, of course you can distinguish, that's no question, but you can not distinguish the feeling that you feel when you are inside a VR game or like reality itself. So there are so many different um different expression or different how you define reality, right? Because consciousness can exist in very different kind of realms of reality. We have the dream reality, which is very the subconscious and like a deep subconscious mind. And then we have like the reality where we are living, which is the conscious mind. And then we have a reality also as many as people are around, so like basically infinite, right? So we have decisions that we make in these realities that may influence the global, like the global consciousness. So it's kind of crazy thing, but I'm gonna talk about this in another video for sure. Now, what I wanted to say is that it is a video game, yes, but it's not on, like, the thing that you are feeling is still real. Um, if you have ever read a book that touched you deeply, like emotionally, then that's also the same thing, just another media. Or if you have ever watched a movie that scared you, that made you laugh or cry, that made you feel something, then that's already the same thing what happened also in Arc Raiders. So for those people who are saying that Arc Raiders is just a video game, it is actually more of a representation or manifestation. Actually, it is a projection of how they are viewing that media uh, very on a superficial level. So it doesn't mean that they can not dive into it, but it's just a moment, just a capture of the moment thing that might be also have a lot of potential to look into, because there is definitely so much thing to discover already there. So let's go a little bit further. The Zen, yes. So you want to go inward to find your inner wisdom, your personal inner wisdom, because that's the thing that nobody else can take away ever from you, because it has been there always. And if it never left you, it may have been clouded by many things that you experience through life, but it doesn't mean that you cannot reach that you can cut and fight through that fog and reach that inner wisdom again. um it's like also in arc raiders, because arc raiders, some people are so blinded by rage and that cycle, like the vicious cycle of rage, because you get shot. If you get shot like many times, you lose more and more faith in, people being nice, and the possibility that you can actually do things differently. I had one guy today. I was playing, and he sounded so defeated and scared, and he was so thankful that I wasn't shooting him on sight, and I just gave him like all my loot and just say, hey, come on, just take this, take this. I gave him a weapon, like only weapon, even like my Stitcher 4, and just opened the radar hatch and just said like, okay, here, off you go. And we would have talked more, um, but I heard that there was another raider coming, and I wanted him to go to safety, and basically said like, please don't give up. So yeah, I'm not saying like, I also play sometimes a little bit questionable. I'm not saying I'm a saint in arc raiders, but I am still a very much big fan of, you can definitely find self improvement and mindfulness and self embodiment practice here in our creators. And this is what I want to talk about next, which is by remaining calm and fluid. So fluidity has also like different kind of layers. There is fluidity in your mind, fluidity in your body, which makes sense because we are made of out of water, basically, like 70% or even more. I don't know, like the exact percentage, but like quite a lot. And if the nature of water is that it wants to flow, where gravity, wants to go, and if you follow the gravity, then the fluids will follow as well. If you're going against gravity and you're holding that tension inside your system, inside your body, then the fluid will not flow, and that stuck up energy will probably make you over time sick. And it is as easy as that, actually, but sometimes it gets very, very much complicated because our mind is very complicated. Well, our mind is very complex. Let's put it that way. It's not complicated, it's complex, but it's sometimes a little bit complicated to sort that thoughts out. But in a nutshell, if you can reach that inner wisdom again, which is for me the self-embodiment part, I will talk about this a little bit more in depth. Um, it is about really embodying the thing that you are, which is fluid, like which is very near to the nature of water. So I come from dancing. I've been a professional dancer for my basically whole life. Um, well, half of my life. And I've been a boxing teacher as well. And I always say to my students that um, if you think that you are in the moment, then you are already one step too late. So fluidity, flow is something that you only can experience in the moment. And I say experience because it's not feel it. Well, feeling the moment is nearer to the experiencing than thinking that you are in the moment. So, but you still need both aspects of your life, which is this logical part, and also, and at the same time, the emotional body, to be as near as possible to that moment of the now, of the flow, as much as possible. So it's like day and night. It's like the duality of life. It's like um Bonnie and Clyde. It's um, like the sea level changing, ebb, and the other, I forgot the other word. Um, it's like the duality, yin and yang. You need both aspects of life so you are the fullest at the moment. So there is nothing that works if you are denying an aspect of yourself as inferior or bad or not worthy. And I said it before like I realized I my cable wasn't connected. It's about consciousness as well, because consciousness has different layers, subconscious and the conscious mind, and then also like the spiritual universal consciousness. Every You are not seeking for a higher consciousness, but actually you are. So what I mean by that is um the higher consciousness is something that you would definitely would um it is good to explore, but it's not the only thing. You can also go deeper, like downwards into the subconscious. So it's not about getting higher or getting lower is better than the other. It's like you're exploring different kind of consciousness, and the other one is neither bad or good. It's just different, and this is what the Bushido Code can teach you as well, because it's not about trying to put the other aspects of yourself in a worse position. It's actually to put them exactly right there where they are, and accept them right there where they are. So if you have rage, for example, that you cannot tame, haven't tamed yet, that rage is actually a part of you that needs so much attention of yourself that it can rest exactly there where it is and be part of you, of your inner wisdom. The moment you are trying to not accept that rage, for example, it's gonna be something that is outside of the realm of where it should and can feel safe, that rage itself. And it's going to be an internal battle that is going to be forever until the moment you accept that rage. And it's very much easier said than done. So all things that I'm saying right now is the same philosophy of um, when you think that you are in the moment, then you are already one step too late. So thinking and talking about it is always easier than be like thinking and talking about the storm is always easier than being in that storm. So I always have to also um, iterate or say or share that this is never ending, basically. But you can definitely get used to it. But getting used to it also has a trap, because when you're getting used to it, you are forgetting to experience it, because you think that you are already better than um, it would be worse to think that you're better than others, but it's also not good if you think that you're like better than the you yesterday, because that oh my god, what's the word, inevitably, yeah, maybe that's the word, um inev- inevitably gonna compare yourself with others or with yourself, because it's not about comparing, it's about being in the moment, right? So that's the trap of, or that's why it is very important to stay humble as much as you can. And the idea of being humble is not humbleness. So you really need to be humble. So, and you can feel that if somebody is humble or like pretending to be humble, right? So It's amazing how much the body tension or like the body language can tell you if you are in tune with your own intuition, or um or your what's that, intuition and your not intuitive, the instinctual, that's the word. It's amazing how much your body can actually tell you about somebody if you're in tune with that. So fluidity, to make this full circle, fluidity has its very natural way where it wants to go, and the only person that is sometimes standing into that way is yourself. Yeah, in the end. So you can blame it on the outside sources, so somebody else, and the world, the cruel world. It is cruel. It is one of the truths out there. Existence is pain, just like no, existence is suffering, but suffering is a choice. That's in Buddhism. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice, says Buddhism. And what that means is basically, if you do not go inward and find your true inner wisdom, then you will suffer unconsciously or consciously. Because you can or you have to decide um, intentionally, with intent, that you will do something about yourself, that you can decide not to suffer. Pain will be inevitable, but suffering is a choice. Um, so that's one of the truths. And if you blame others, that's like the outside layer. You can or have to go inward so you can have the ability to decide with intent to not suffer. And that is so much easier to say than doing it. And my way of trying to do it a little bit more easier is by self embodiment. And this is where I am like specialized, let's put it that way. Because uh, the specialized part is the body aspect, so the physical aspect. I always say this is the my physical gateway to flow. Now, what that means is, because I've been working as a dancer for over half of my life, and teaching boxing and learning boxing. By the way, if you are interested in a boxing Bushido Code training, then please let me know, because I'm thinking about making a training, and I want to find out if there is any demand for it. And also, if you want to join us on Discord, we are a community that is very much into the things that I talk about, which is philosophy, self embodiment, self improvement, mindfulness with gaming. So that's also like what is important to me, because you can still like gain this knowledge through gaming as well. Join us on Discord. The link is in the comment section below. And we can have a talk and just hang around off stream. If you want to catch me live as well, I'm live almost every day on Twitch and YouTube. So my way to work on this is the physical gateway to flow, like I mentioned, and that's like the closest to Bushido Code that I can get, because I love the idea that you can have a contemporary angle on how you can achieve the Bushido Code. Yes, I don't want, and I don't need to change the history of the creation of Bushido Code, because I respect it so much. But what I can do is find my way, my angle to achieve the Bushido code, right? So this is also what I'm talking about mostly in my videos, and one of those angles is self-embodiment, which means try to embody the inner wisdom through physical means. There is a perfect um, exercise, for example, that I can try to share with you here just by words, which is learning the jab of boxing. In the process of learning the jab, you can already do and learn about your body and how you are practically dealing with life itself in that jab. It's like the representation of, or like the 100% expression of how you are actually dealing with life. So, for example, there is this technique that that you should learn when you're jabbing is you're not like imagine you have a punching bag in front of you and you are punching that bag, but you are only touching the bag. You are not punching through the bag. So you need to punch through the bag. And if you are not able to punch through the bag, which is like maybe like a mental barricade at first, that mental barricade says so much about yourself already because it's an expression of how you deal with something that might be confrontational. In this case, it's not. It's actually just a bag hanging, right? So it's nothing like it's not saying anything back. It's not punching you back. It's just a bag that is standing still. But it is still a how you deal with that punching back is an expression of yourself. So you can read a lot of things about that. And then um, the spiritual journey, or almost like the yeah, it's actually almost a spiritual journey of that punching through the bag and learning the jab is something that is definitely what I would call my way of Bushido code. So the physical gateway to flow. And yeah, so gaining the fluidity in the movements is also one of the most difficult part that you can learn, because just getting to know about your posture, getting to know about your how you stand, how you deal with gravity, how you are moving, are you how you are sitting, are you sitting on the chair or are you sitting through the chair? So that's already two difference. And and there is a difference on how you're standing on your two legs, like a pillar, so like a solid pillar, or are you standing on your two legs and you are like a fluid pillar between heaven and earth, um, connecting you through the whole bone structure and um, getting beyond that, your spine and up, you know, it's it's really interesting to try to explain this, because every time when I am when I am showing this physically, then the aha moment is like supernatural almost. So the body knows naturally how to do this. Sometimes the mind cannot comprehend it, but sometimes it's also just one little uh nudge, and you get that right away. So Bushido code is not that far away as you think. And in these videos that I'm sharing is starting by breathing, but maybe I can go more in depth with boxing. So Stefulina also says, letting your actions come naturally, you'll learn to respond quicker and more effectively. It slowly begin to require less thought as it become like second nature. So this is also a very beautiful thing that he or she is talking about, because um, letting your things come naturally is sometimes the most difficult thing that you can do. It's like just being, and not have the need to fill a void is sometimes the most difficult thing that you can do. Maybe you know this feeling. So letting things come naturally and authentically and intuitively, and everything in tune with what you are and who you are, is sometimes the most difficult thing that you can do. Sometimes it's the most easiest because you don't think about it too much, and then when you are getting conscious, then suddenly maybe it gets kind of awkward and different. And excuse me, and um, and the art of this whole thing is basically trying to get that natural state as conscious as possible. You'll learn to respond quicker and more effectively, because you will know that this is the saying of, it's not about that you can do 10,000 things in one day. It's like what you can do one thing in 10,000 days. So repetition of the thing that is the basics, that is considered the basics, it can stack up and be a major difference in your whole life. So that is actually our first episode of Bushido Code commentary version by RinoPlaysTV. And if you have any questions about Bushido Code or philosophy or self embodiment, self improvement, and mindfulness in gaming or with gaming, then please leave a comment down below, and you can join us on Discord. I already mentioned this, so we can have the discussion over there, or you can join us live as well. We are live almost every day, and having fun, and we are cultivating a community that is loving and just super fun, and also super deep. Everybody is like very willing to share their wisdom or their journey where they at. And I just want to feel the like I just want you to feel that you are not alone with all this, because it's been quite a journey that I decided to do this, because gaming has always been something, it has a stigma, like around my like around my people, I guess, um that they didn't really take it like seriously, but to me it's actually super serious, and I want to find people who are sharing that same thing, and I wanted to combine mindfulness with gaming, and this is the community that I'm trying to build up. So welcome everybody who is already joined us, and I hope we will get the growth that we deserve, and see you all hopefully in the next video. I'm gonna ramp up the production a little bit bigger, and I'll see you. If you have any questions, just ask away. I will go, and if with your permission, I will definitely um, like try to use that comment and go in depth just like this one. So thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you all in the next video. Reno Plays TV out.